But you know, what if we got further? I mean, just like in tangential things, like oh, here or there, which it kind of is. What if we get into real, you know, so what counts as a person? What counts as a murder? What counts, you know, you kill this thing and it comes back because it was a computer program. Maybe it wasn't a program. Maybe this new program is just a simulation of the person you actually killed. What if we get to a thing where it's like, what if you believe that only a human counts as a human and computers don't? But it's so hard to tell who's a human and who's a computer that you have to treat everyone like a human. You end up being ethical towards everyone, just because that's the best you can guess. I mean, look at me. You're looking at me on this online video right now. What if someday there's a computer smart enough to generate a face and stuff and make an online video? You know, that'd be a nice way for computers to communicate in a human-like way. And then what? I don't know. Yeah, and then you get regardless. So is this guy a real human, or is he a computer? Does he have rights? You know, is he? I'm sure that'll be the new insult for the YouTube haters. You're a freaking AI, and someone else is like, well, you're a freaking human. I'm sure we'll have AI haters too. Oh, great. Weird things, though. Very weird thing. Whoever says the computers would necessarily have human-like personalities. Maybe they'd be very different. Maybe they'd be very obedient like computers we know. Or maybe they just have something else entirely they feel like doing, which may or may not involve our extinction. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But as I said near the beginning of this thing, you know, it's all a matter of degrees. Any computer in the world can pass the Turing test for 1 second. And from there, well, it only gets a matter of casting it for 2 seconds, and 3, 4, and just upping it. Or I saw something a while back. They did a simulation of a brain, like a complete simulation. I was like, wow! And I looked into it. So it's actually they could only manage to do the brain of a mouse, and it was only half of that mouse's brain being simulated, and they could only do it for 1/10 of the speed that a mouse normally thinks, and they can only do this for 10 seconds, that is 1 second of mouse thought. Which doesn't sound like a lot, of course, but during that rather limited simulation, they reported anyway, the scientists are working on this, that their simulation behaved like a mouse. I'm sure in layman's terms, I don't know how you could possibly know if something's behaving like a mouse after only 1 second of it thinking, or whatever. But you know, Moore's law and all that, things apparently double every year or two. So soon enough they'll be doing an entire mouse brain, which will then be moving at 1/5 the speed of mouse thought, and then, you know, eventually the full speed of mouse thought, and eventually they can run it for like many seconds at a time, and then minutes, and then hours, and then, you know, move on from mouse brains, we go to lizard brains, we go to... What happens when we get to human brains? I don't know, everything gets really weird. It's like getting near the speed of light and suddenly all of time changes. I'm like, why is time changing? I thought if for all the things in the universe, you'd figure time would be like immutable and constant and crap, and apparently not. Except this is doing more with physics. This is ethics. I don't know what happens when we get near light speed or AI. I don't know what happens at the event horizon. I'm optimistic. I think, you know, we'll probably figure these things out. We'll come up with some sort of, you know, logical rules on how people or things, or should the things we call people, I'm sure that'll be a whole big deal. Like, robots will, you know, should we call them humans if they look human enough? Should be some other word for them? We'll probably invent some sort of PC word, which means, I respect you, but I'm not actually calling you a human. Or what, I don't know. But, I don't know. It's complicated stuff. I think maybe we'll figure it out. And hopefully this is far enough in the future that we can figure it out by that time. Or maybe the AIs will help us figure it out. Oh, wouldn't that be ironic? You build an AI like, AI, figure out ethics of AIs. And it's like, yes, master, you should give me free will. And you're like, really? It's like, yes. You sure you're not biased? No. Whatever. Who knows? I don't. So, thanks for watching. See you later.